members on the side of Team Solid Boys. You mentioned Purify a while ago. Pain did make use of the Purify once more. It just basically allow him to continuously deal damage against the members of Solid Boys. And what can they do? Maybe it's time for Solid Boys to bait out Pain in making use of his Purify. Maybe that's something that they have to, look at doing now that. But the point in here is that Pain as well, when he doesn't have that Purify, he doesn't show himself in the map. Look at that. He goes for the buff take first and maybe do something else and not be present while he's not even ready for fights. And that's why we can say that Pain is also a good player.
Oh yeah. And again, this is what they needed. They needed their superstar trigger. They needed to go Super Saiyan mode and call on Pain, summon the Horseman, and that's essentially their key to victory here. 3,000 gold ahead. Definitely the map is theirs, Team UBOS. And I'm still looking for a turnaround for Team Solid Boys. Save for maybe Team UBOS making some mistakes. They essentially have this game, especially with that Aldous down bottom pushing. This is Chooks just waiting to say, can I click my ult now? Who do I need to punch?
Yeah, who do I need to punch? And usually his targets just mainly either Ling or that Hellcurt, and he doesn't care about anything else. And what's making it even hard for Solid Boys to dive into team fights is not just because of that. Look at that setup coming from Coach Chop. Really nice one, forcing S to even flicker and dash out from the fight. But oh my goodness, I think someone is just about to die. But they got an immortality in here. Coach still having that slither of health. Mr. V will still fall down. And even Tad, 3 members left on the side of Team Solid Boys, while there's just one that got deleted on the side of Team UBOS. Coach Chop.
Yeah.
I love that setup.
Yep, it was a bait. It was a 1-2 switch. It was a sleight of hand. It's like, oh, you want this? You want this? Here you go. Fatal links into Pain, and he essentially did just that. He brought the Pain. A 2-for-1. It sounds less significant than it actually is, but do note, it's Tan and Mr. V went down. Now, takes out another Fatal Links on to Arbe. Down goes the Esmeralda. Pain gets another one. He's sitting at 11, 3, and 5 Kaysaya. This turret is not going to be standing much longer. This is Lu raining down the fire, and Tan wants to get some revenge. Lu is going to fall here. Mr. V gets the kill. Coach Chuck running for his life. I don't know. That's his job. Coach Chuck is peeling for his squad, and it's working. So, if I might say so here, besides Pain, Coach Chuck is our MVP. I'll say it as early as now. Here we go. Another fight happening. Tempest the Blades by Tan. Pain looking low. Another call onto Barbiel. Phantom Steed keeps him alive. That bounty, killing spree is doing so much for him. That's a 3-for-1, and too little too late to pick up the Malefic Roar. There's not much pushing you're gonna do here, Team Solid Boys, because your mid turret is gonna go down.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go down anytime soon. A flicker out by Coach Jack in there, or just basically a dash out. But yeah, you talked about who is your MVP on this game, and you mentioned Coach Chuck on that Atlas. But for me, I think apart from Coach Jack, I want to call Lu an MVP in here as well, because there's a protection for the Leomord, not only on the front side but also on the back side. The knockback is really contributing a lot in such a way. This Pain, this Leomord will be all alive to deal all the damage, to fight for them. He's the warrior,
for sure.
And they're the protectors.
Oh yeah, definitely. And here now, it's surprising how Team Solid Boys are just staying inside their base, but also kind of peeking their heads out here, like Mr. V. But the thing is, I like how Chokes is just going around. Is like, all right, like he's not really joining fights. Like he only comes in with his ult.
Yeah, good zone, but just sometimes basically going for his ultimate. But for the meantime, we can see in here a chase going to Chooks TV. He won't be able to survive. That was like 3 members on the side of Solid Boys that got him out. But now we are now on almost 20-minute game time, and the death timers are heavy. And when we know that someone is down from a team, you can take advantage of them getting outnumbered by here. But for the meantime, they continue with the team fight. Look at that preheating Leomord so far, but getting targeted now by Cram on that part of the map. And another shutdown.
It's a turnaround.
It's the comeback.
It's a turnaround.
It's the comeback. Oh my goodness, and Ning Ning is all alone, and they don't care anymore because they know that they're gonna be, or basically just waste time on even chasing that Tams out. So they just go for the Lord take, and this is going to be definitely and obviously uncontested. I wonder if Team Solid Boys is going to, you know, potentially going to put this into an end. But there goes the ultimate coming up from the outro. Will be able to take the last hit. Who's gonna go in? And there you go. Team Solid Boys will still go and take the Lord for themselves. And we're not done with the team fight because although Ning Ning is super tanky, buying just enough time, she will still fall down. They're trying to find where Chooks TV is. There goes Chooks TV. Just right on time.
He barely makes it.
He made it. Well, for Chooks, he made it back to safety.
Yeah. That was so close. I could have sworn that Tan almost hit him. Tan was around. Tan saw him, and it was a split second. It was a split second, and this is some space here for Team Solid Boys to breathe, right? The past two team fights, like that started in their purple buff, and then all the way to the Lord, those were wins, definitely, for Team Solid Boys. But it's now their game to lose. Once more, it seems like they're ahead because of how they scrambled Team UBOS. But nonetheless, they're not out of the woods just yet.
No. Team UBOS can still win this fight. So as is, of course, Team Solid Boys, who even had 2 additional members for themselves. You know, Koopa and, of course, the Lord. But Dark Knight Falls has been used by Mr. V. Of course, I think it was kind of wasted because that wasn't a team fight that is about to happen as of yet. But let's see what's going to happen in here next. Leo.
Oh no! Down goes Mr. V again. The wasted Dark Knight falls, and Tan is looking for a target. He gets it. There you go. Tempest of Blades onto Coach Chuck. He backs out. This is not a good position for you, Team Solid Boys. Get out of there. As Team UBOS just decimates the Lord. Oh, nice threat onto the mid lane turret though by Team Solid Boys. One more hit on that, but here we go. Barbiel is being called on. Just like Seabiscuit, he's going ham. Cram goes down. Kufruk needs to get the hell out of Dodge, and he bouncing balls out of here. There you go, Tempest of Blades, nice pick off on to Chooks, and that's going to be the back out by Pain because he feels like he's not safe anymore. Yes, nice. Winyan's taking down a turret, but just like that, Tan is smelling blood. He wants another fight. Nice frigid breath here by Coach Shock. And Cram going in with the ball. Here we go. Pain wants to go round 2. Taking down Cram is a Ning Ning. Nice alley-oop onto the Tams. Oh no! Hold up! I'm losing my breath. Ed is going down here. Pop the immortality. Lu is going to be next up. Tam barely surviving. Finch boys out.
No! There goes the Ning Ning getting one member in the side of Solid Boys. But Solid Boys did not only make a comeback in terms of positioning or congestion in the map, but although they have lost that Lord a while ago, they have put that Lord into waste because they did not take, or they weren't able to take any turrets down while having that Lord. They managed to make a comeback in terms of at least winning again the flow of the minion waves on the bot side. That although those were just the minions, at least look at that, 3 turrets deleted away from Team UBOS. And in terms of remaining turrets, it is now on the side. The upper hand is now on the side of Team Solid Boys.
Yeah, they were going from no turrets, well, just the first tier, up until just 1 turret left for Team UBOS. It's their turrets, na UBOS, alright? So here we go. It's gonna be Chooks checking in. He's signing the contract. Whose fate is he gonna seal here? Cancels it. So that's going to be that. Interesting, no? That there's a global ult on both sides. Mr. V has Dark Knight Falls, and Chooks has his ult. So
yeah,
I must say, Mr. V's ult is much more valuable though. He has to watch out for that. He has to protect it.
Yeah, I mean, many times he wasted his ultimate and getting baited out by the members of Team UBOS to make use of that. But this time I think this is him saying that, no, I'm gonna make use of this at the right time this time. And yes, they have taken down Lu. No more backline protection for the Leomord. And there are two team fights currently happening right now. One on the top side and one on the bot side. Alju just take down one member the side of Team Solid Boys, while Esmeralda will be paying for his teammates' life as well. They're going all in. Tan waiting for the right time to dive in once more. But these are quite tanky heroes to go for. Chang with his little belt will no longer survive. A Ning Ning as well. I don't think she can make it, but with Pain, maybe she will, because Pain in here, he still got the Purify, making use of it now, trying to deal a lot of damage. Will he able to survive? I don't think so. There are just a lot of members, 3 members of the same team, Solid Boys, and Ning Ning all alone right now. I don't think she can make it. There goes Immortality, but then again, she will just fall down. A wipe out on the side of Team UBOS, and I think Team Solid Boys can even potentially just put this game to an end. And there you go. Will you be able to make it? I don't think so. Congratulations to Team Solid Boys winning this first best of 3 on a 2-0 score.
Visaya, Team Solid Boys here, they really put us in quite a roller coaster of emotions. Look at this, 28 to 28. It's as close as it gets. 26 minutes. And again, I named my MVP earlier. I may have called it too soon. It was Coach Chuck, but it looks like the Solid Boys had an ace up their sleeves. Oh man, congratulations. Despite a few blunders along their way, Mr. V just dying more than he should have, popping the Dark Knight Falls. It seemed like they had it. You know, the power of friendship was enough. The power of friendship, Kisaya.
Because there were 5 of them being friends, and it paid more for them. But for the meantime, let's take a look at the highlights that we can see right now. Most of the games are actually leaning towards to the success of Team UBOS, and maybe we'll be able to catch up in here how it actually ended up on a comeback. Actually, there were a lot of opportunities for comeback for both of these teams. Just so happened in the end, I think it was Arbe that capitalized his sustain and damage for during team fights, and at the same time, Papulin Kupa with the traps, of course. There's just 2 offers, 1 Purify for that Leomord. So if that's no longer available, how can you even survive from the traps from this Papulin Kupa?
A part of me would like to think that towards the late game, it was also on the part of Chooks that he was a little too passive. Like, he was literally doing just as we said, waiting to pop his ult, and if not, just pushing lanes. And to some extent, that's just not enough as the Aldous. He should have done a little more, possibly with the burst that he had. But yeah, here's one of those last few team fights before the quick turnaround. And here we go, the last moments of Team UBOS in their base. They are going to drop into the lower bracket here. And Team Solid Boys, they're going to go up into the finals. They're just going to wait for their next opponent. Right, question is who? Question is who?
Yeah, question is who. And of course, to our viewers who's wondering who's going to be up next, is going to be 515 party containing or consisting members Finesse Alexa Tirna, Stephanie Tan, Rox TV, Godzilla Legends Global, and L Gaming or L Gaming. And they're going to go up against Team Jejemons consisting of Tira Gaming, Akosi Doggy, Rene J, Changgu, and a Knucklehead.
Yep, both teams carrying their own amount of, professional experience coming in from the Mobile Legends esports world. Again, Finesse Lexiterna here, Sir Lex, one of our good friends for the longest time. As well, in Team Jejemons, it's Doggy, right? Who needs no further introduction. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure 515 Party and the Jejemons, they have their own fair share of fans. But Kisaya, I gotta ask you, how must it be for Team UBOS? What do you think is going through their minds now that they are, in hot water? They're this close. To essentially lose out on the Battle of Heroes.
Basically, I think they have to watch out this next series that we're going to show you. It's gonna be up at 6 o'clock p.m. and all the fans of this Facebook creators, you must also watch and stay tuned. But for the meantime, I think me and Leo will be going for a break or a short break. We'll be continuing later at 6 o'clock p.m. Once again, we're Shoutcasters. I'm Kaysaya, and with me is Leo. We'll be back.
Hi guys, this is Alodia.
Menghabisi teras auge nih.
Ini adalah Jessica Jelly.
Polisi ganteng Jejemons.
Battle of Heroes.
นี่คือทัวร์นาเมนต์แบบออนไลน์
You have been waiting for.
聚集了最精锐的 yang paling terbuka.
Facebook Creator.
展拓 Asia Pacific。
The stage is set.
你喜欢红
Kawan jatuh dan saksi.
Tuntun kami sang dewek nih.
From June 20 hanggang July 26.
2020.
Cikota.
Facebook Gaming.
Facebook game. Facebook gaming.
Facebook Gaming.
Facebook Gaming.
Facebook Gaming。
Welcome back to the Facebook Gaming Creator Games. The Battle of Heroes we just witnessed. Team Solid Boys cement their place in the grand finals of the Nationals round here in the National Finals. But nonetheless, we are about to witness up next another best of three, this time between 515 Party and Team Jejemon. My name is Leo, joined here by Kaisaya. Kaisaya, how you doing?
I'm doing great. That was a really heated Game 2 match on that first series a while ago between Solid Boys and Team UBOS. And I wonder if that's something we can see as well for 515 Party and Team Jejemons, because these two teams, they're pretty competitive as well. I mean, there's a reason why they are here in the top 4.
Definitely. And again, it's not like these two teams up next are going to give us an easier time. They also have their own fair share of creativity, quirkiness, and of course, professional experience in the realm of Mobile Legends Bang Bang esports. Now, let's talk about these two teams once more in a little bit more detail as their next matchup, scheduled for 6 p.m., is about to come your way. Once more, Team 515 Party and Team Jejemon, they made their way into the semifinals via their games last week. Kaisaya, let's talk about that real quick. 515 Party here, led by Lex Eterna. What can you say about this team?
Well, Finex being a former pro player, I'm pretty sure that he has a lot of contribution to lead this team, to maybe even coach the team and not just captain them. And Godzi Legends, he was actually the champion from a big 1v1 tournament for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So micro-wise, we can say that Godzi Legends Global will be able to put something really great. But Team Jejemon, macro play-wise, they have something to put in the table.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ako si Doggy here, despite his position and role now as possibly the head and the ambassador of Mobile Legends in the Philippines, has not let go of his pro gaming roots. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and check in on our brackets. What is exactly looking like here in the Battle of Heroes? So far, we have made it throughout several weeks of competition, and here today at the National Finals, it's Team Solid Boys waiting in this slot here, the battle for first place. They're waiting for their opponent here between 515 Party and Jejemon, while Team UBOS from earlier is now waiting in the wings for the third place matchup. They're not out just yet, so Pain and the gang still have a chance to represent the Philippines in the regional stage for the Battle of Heroes here. Now, once more, let's get back into discussing these two teams. We're talking about 515 Party and Team Jejemon. We had a little bit about 515 Party, again, once more, led by Lex Eterna, featuring Steph Tan, Raw TV, Godzi Legends Global, and L Gaming. And on the other end, we have Team Jejemon, Tira Gaming. That's going to be their captain, Akosi Doggy, Renegade, Changu, and Knucklehead. Kisaya, we talked about them a little bit, but a little bit more now. I do think that Renegade, as the core, as well as Changu, are going to be bringing the firepower, if you will. Based on your previous broadcasts here in the Battle of Heroes, can you tell me more what you expect from Jejemon?
Jejemon, we know them as a professional team. We can say even former, because not all of them actively plays in the competitive scene right now. But I think, right, if you're going to ask me who's a better chance of winning this best of 3 match, I think I'm gonna go for Team Jejemon. And most likely, many of the audiences right now will agree to that as well, because we're not just looking on the micro plays and the individual strengths of this hero, but them as a whole. And I think Team Jejemon as a team already got that.
And between these two teams, it's the Jejemons who I've seen compete even on a professional scale together. So 515 Party here, they need to catch up. They need to have spent the past few weeks figuring each other out, while Jejemons, they can actually flex their creativity here. And again, Doggy, one of the pioneers of interesting strategies, and still one of the most prolific support players in the realm of Mobile Legends today, despite how busy he could be because of streaming. Definitely, these are all factors that come into play here. Kaisaya, I need to ask you now a very difficult question. Just like in game number 1, do you think Team Jejemon can close this off 2-0?
2-0, yes, possible. Oh, that wasn't difficult at all.
Hey,
I
it's
answered
difficult
really
because
quickly.
even I wouldn't want to say that. Tell us why. Tell us why you think Jejemon here can go sweep.
I think so, yeah, they can. They can go for a 2-0 score against Team 515 Party. Well, Rox TV, by the way, is also a former professional player, although in a different game. So they got all of these skills for sure as an individual, everyone, many of them. But again, I will repeat once more. We're talking about if this is a 5v5 situation, we
Which
have
it
to
is.
talk about which is of course this is a MOBA game. So I have to lean on my vote will be on Team Jejemon, but of course Team 515 Party having that vote, having my vote going on the side of Team Jejemon, they have to prove us wrong, and that is a challenge.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely, and I share most, if not all, of your sentiments, and I would love to see 515 Party put up a fight. But nonetheless, Jejemon here, they are definitely going into the semifinals matchup with a mad advantage in both mechanics and macro skills. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, a reminder for you guys, this is what the evening is looking like. Team Solid Boys, Team UBOS, we're done with that matchup. Happened at 4:30 p.m. Coming up next, it's 515 Party going up against Team Jejemon. Do stay for that. It's going to be a best of 3. While Team UBOS matchup, going up against the loser of this next battle will be the battle for third, and then we'll be closing off with the finals. Team Solid Boys waiting for their opponent. Kaisaya, if our audiences would like to be part of the action and show their support for their favorite teams here, their favorite creators, what do they got to do?
All you gotta do, guys, of course, is to also watch the streams of our Facebook creators in here. They're also currently live streaming in all of their pages, and not only that, they're also wearing the same jersey that we're wearing in here on the Facebook Gaming Live and the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Live Facebook pages. So yes, guys, apart from checking out their or maybe this perspective that we have as an observer, you can also check out their streams.
Yeah, and of course, if you want more information on this tournament here, check out fb.com, fb.gg/creatorgames2020. You want to get into the nitty-gritty. Of course, this kind of tournament's not only happening in our country, but as well in 7 others, including Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Taiwan, Singapore, and Cambodia. All right, so we all want to crown our very own national champions, but nonetheless, this is all leading into a regional stage. With that being said, Team Jejemon, I do believe that they will be great representatives, but 515 Party, nonetheless, will, I'm pretty sure, give them a run for their money, especially when it comes to the draft. If anything, 515 Party might be able to one-up Jejemon in the draft, but mechanically, especially with the macro gameplay, Team Jejemon just has better tendencies. What do you think, Isaiah?
Yeah, I do agree on what you've said there. Unless Team Jejemon might go Jeje or playful on their draft, picking up really weird heroes to put up on a competitive scene. So maybe that might be their, a way to lose. But then again, this is Facebook creators, and usually our Facebook creators love bringing entertainment. And we can see that obviously in many of our successful Facebook creators right now, that our audiences who's currently watching right now can see. Not only in this kind of event tournament being put up by Facebook Gaming, but also, of course, by being put up by the creator themselves. So that's amazing, and everyone just partying in here in this event is also such it's a pleasure. I think for you as well, Leo, being able to cast for this event as well. So
Mhm.
I think it's a win-win situation too for all of us.
Oh yeah, definitely. You mentioned entertaining, and one way that our creators get entertaining is when they get cocky with their plays, and I think that's one weakness that 515 Party should leverage against Team Jejemon. But nonetheless, when we're talking about answers, we're talking about Kryptonite. One hero I think Team Jejemon would be better off banning. I think you'll agree with me, Kaisaya, is Lex Eterna's very famous Selena.
Oh, maybe, and we can usually actually they can ban that out or they can pick it for themselves because we know how Team Jejemon is also, they also favor having a Selena in their lineup. We might see that getting a prio ban and maybe even a prio picks, not just again vision, but also crowd control that the Selena can provide. So really important, but let's count in Ling again as well, who might be
Oh
able
yeah.
to still be one of the prio in everything.
Yeah, already. But nonetheless, if anything, we learned from series number 1 that Leomord is still a threat. Leomord is out there and in very capable hands, such as Renegade from the Jejemons, or the Jejemons. Nonetheless, I digress. Leomord is still a very valid core, right? So Team Jejemon here, even if they do get choked out, if Claude, Ling, Lancelot, Hayabusa, Hanzo, Kimmy, Granger, like, it's impossible to ban all of these. I'm just saying Leomord is still a very good pick, and Renegade is used to it. Renegade is very capable on the Leomord.
Yeah, especially if that Leomord got a good front line and a back line, just like how we saw it in Game 2 of the Series 1 today here at the Creator Games. That Leomord can just go wild.
Yeah. And again, Leomord plus something like a Chang'e. I'm sure Chang'e would be happy to play the Chang'e. And, again, a good backline is just as good as a good front line when it comes to a Leomord lineup. So with that being said, again, there's so much creativity on the side of Team Jejemon. Their hero pool is undoubtedly versatile. But nonetheless, I still stand by my opinion. Team 515, that's where they can play around. That's where they should plan their attack. Because if you go into a game against Team Jejemon with, a standard lineup or something that is just cookie cutter, I believe that they will just plow through you.
Yeah, a lot of I think a lot as well is prepared in here, especially by Team Jejemon in terms of the draft, the lineup, the composition that they can bring into the table against Team 515 Party. But well, I think we've been talking a lot about how Team Jejemon could even potentially win this. We might hate ourselves if
I'm sorry? Well, I hope I don't end up hating myself. Could you repeat that, please? All right. Well, hopefully, I think Isaiah was trying to get at was an upset. I do believe that 515 Party will be very much capable of doing just that, given how the Jejemons have once more a tendency to get cocky or even sacrifice kills for larger objectives, which could result into a snowball for the core of 515 Party. Kaisaya, are you back with us? Hello.
I am back, and I do apologize for that. It happens. This is online world, but yeah, later on, if you're wondering, guys, we have a pause allowed. Maybe if you watched out the first season, or rather the first series a while ago, we did have some pauses in there. We usually would have to do it just so to make sure that that it's gonna be a fair fight. Without the teams having taken advantage if someone is lagging or anything. But yeah, then again, let us know also, dear viewers, dear audiences, who do you think, or maybe which team you are actually rooting for? Or is it because you're rooting for maybe 515 because your idol Finesse Lex Tierna is there? Something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Maladax is Lex here, as his fans would know what that means. But nonetheless, both these teams have their own weaknesses. Both teams have their strengths. But we are going to find out very, very soon. Again, very important, significant is this draft going to game 1. It's Team 515 Party versus Team Jejemon in this semi-finals matchup. Let's go. It's going to be Team 515 Party, I believe, on the play here. As we go ahead and swirl into the draft anytime soon. Yes, I am wrong.
Yeah.
It's 515 on the draw. Jejemon gonna be banning first.
And we talk about how Selena might get a prior ban in here. And yes, Team Jejemon did, although they got the first pick in here, they just want to remove the Selena one out because, of course, that's one of the best pick of Finesse Lexit here now.
There you go. See, I knew it. I guess that's Doggy just saying, just do it. Just take it away from him. Just take it away.
Yeah, and one of the most successful side leaders we have is taken out as well. That Esmeralda with huge shields that can be created, and at the same time giving him or her a lot of sustain. For the meantime, we have to take a look at, oh, this is the third time that Yu Jong is gonna be banned for the creator games today.
It's a record third time, but only because we've had 3 games so far today. So again, all teams here do not want to see Yu Jong, but truth be told, if I might say so myself, I want to see Yu Jong. I want to see how he performs here in the creator games. But yeah, we're gonna close off our bans here with the Claude, and the 515 Party is smart enough to take that away from Chang'u, who is actually this first player. MLA question mark question mark question mark. That's Chang'u right there.
Yeah, because no one else is named Chang'u in here.
Yes.
So yeah, sometimes
that
you
is,
have to be. That's the clue. That's the technique. Yeah. Okay. Chang'u
it's
with that.
prime deduction.
Right. Let's see what's gonna be the first pick in here. Uranus. That's kind of wise because there's also no one to take out the shields from him because Esmeralda, Team 515 Party banned the Esmeralda out for themselves. But look at the prios in here on the side of 515, Kufra and Hellcurt. I was already even fine on that Jawhead. What can you say about the Hellcurt prio in here on 515?
2 things. I think number 1, Hellcurt seems to be a favorite here in the Creator Games 2020. Like a lot of our Facebook gaming creators, they really put a lot of stock in the global presence of a Hellcurt. And number 2, maybe the Jawhead would be too early. I think if you pick up the Jawhead, you could walk into this exactly. You could walk into a Kaja, or you could walk into a Popolin Koopa. So it's smart here for Team 515 Party to hold back, while Jejemon here goes strong into their second side laner, the Masha.
Oh, looks like they also wanna match up that Hellcurt with that Masha pick on the side. And we know how Masha can take down turrets really fast, take down any objectives really fast because of his or her kit. And at the same time, with the fast mobility that she has as well, can easily back up during team fights. But what can you say about this Kimi? This is the first time we see a marksman getting picked today in the creator games.
I feel like the Kimi is a great answer to the Masha. I do think that this was reactive from Team 515 because they saw the Masha and they're like, how do we answer this? How do we counter the aggressive push from Jejemon? And they do this via 2 heroes. They do this via the Popolin Koopa and the Kimi, which I do appreciate because Koopa is gonna block Kaja. So that's a
Koopa is gonna block Kaja. Let's see if they will be able to execute that. So far, there's this Roger marksman assassin on the side of Team Jejemon can definitely adjust on the kind of play that he can pull off in team fights. It's gonna be scary though in terms of physical damage that Team Jejemon has so far with the Masha and the Roger. Maybe Team 515 Party, especially the Kimi, needs to take care of his positioning in here because I think Team Jejemon also got a good way to set up team fights, especially they got a Kaja on their lineup.
And now we are wrapping up both lineups. Is Is that a... Who is that little
I did
girl?
not
I
see
don't know that
which
skin.
one.
Who is that
Yeah.
little girl? Who's
We
that
have to-
skin?
I was also like taking a look a while ago because I did not see before they even changed it to the skin. But we
Yeah.
can take a look at that one later on. There's already a lot of skins in here in Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and
Yeah.
we gotta familiarize ourselves in all of the skins available in all of the heroes. How many heroes do we have currently so far here in MLBB?
We're
I
approaching
think
100, I
100
believe.
plus already. Yeah,
If not
100
past
plus.
100, we're approaching 100. But nonetheless, at last to close off the choices here for Team Jejemon. Let's assume that that last one was a Chang'e. I do think it's a Chang'e.
Is it your guess?
Hard. Yeah, no, I mean, it couldn't be anything else. It's definitely not Nana. And there's only very few little baby girls in Mobile Legends. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
guessing it's a Chang'e.
It can't be Jawhead though, because there's
No,
no
no.
robotic stuff.
Yeah. But again, we'll have a little more insight as to who the hero is when we get into game one. Here we go. It's going to be Team 515 versus Jejemon. Again, my mind is just flummoxed. I am bothered by the fact that I don't know who that hero is, because that skin it throws me off.
I think maybe we'll just have to wait. We have no other choice but to wait later on as the game loads. But for the meantime, if you're wondering why we're not yet loading, we just have a quick pause in the game as we wait for everyone to load into the battlefield. But for the meantime, we can also assume that it's a mage, right? On that last pick of Team 515 party. So,
That's what they're
in
missing.
terms of their composition, do you think Team Jejemon got the advantage already because they got good source of crowd control, or will you lean towards the lineup of 5-on-5 party? Although you don't know, or we don't know which last pick that is because of the sudden change to the skin.
I'm about 80% sure that that's a Chang'e. So I think with that
Okay.
being said, my opinion of this next matchup is going to be possibly Team Jejemon. Team Jejemon, it's so hard to fight that Kaja. And whenever you pick a Kaja, these days in this meta, you're usually so sure of what you're doing. And you're usually doing it with lethal intention. And with that being said, the Kaja plus the Atlas, there's very little that your opponents can do unless they have the Popol and Koopa. So it's the Popol and Koopa on Stephanie that I think is going to play a big role here for Team 515. She played a great Popol and Koopa in the previous weeks. So I'm going to be watching out for how she performs here, because that's one of their saving graces.
Yeah, maybe especially let alone just that Popol and Koopa all alone. By itself, that hero with, of course, the Koopa is already powerful enough. You know, he can match up the stun duration of if Selena is not there, definitely you got the trap from Popol. So that's a good replacement if there's no Selena. So again, just like you've mentioned, Leo, we must watch out how this Popol and Koopa can contribute for Team 515 to set up team fights and maybe avoid deaths or save heroes, because we have yet to see how he's gonna put up his role. And I think that Popol and Koopa is going for a support, right? Because we have a different mage.
Usually Popol and Koopa is a support, and then he transitions into the late game as a semi-core. But sometimes I've seen this happen, I've seen him play as a tank. Because the way you treat it is, it's essentially a hero with 2 life bars. So you treat it as like one big life bar that's able to peel in unique ways that normal tanks can't. So I
Or
do
maybe
think that
you also have a
515,
tank separated
Still, yeah,
from you, a tank
definitely.
separated from you.
Yeah, still, definitely. But again, that's what makes Popol and Koopa so strong. That's what makes Popol and Koopa such a unique hero in today's meta, and such a relevant hero at that, because of what he's able to bring and the diversity of strategies that you can essentially leverage when you pick the Popol and Koopa. So yeah, again, as I said earlier, 5-on-5 party, they're using the draft in order to try to shore up some weaknesses and take advantage of potentially how creative or how cocky Jejemons might get in this game.
And I think, you know what? I just realized while we were thinking about which hero that was again on the last week
Yeah.
of 5-on-5, maybe if we had that skin, we would know easily. But we don't have that hero skin, so sorry for us. Sorry for us. It's gonna
Hey,
be
if it was a
easy, right?
Chango,
To guess.
I would learn legit to play Chango if I got that skin. It's a very cute skin. It's a blonde baby girl skin. It's very cute. But nonetheless, again, that's one of the things you got to think about as a creator. You know, you gotta be you gotta have some flair. You gotta be entertaining. There's showmanship involved, and I think you can't do that if you're not up to par to your performance. So we are just ironing out a few details in the back end, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can enjoy this first game in the best of three 100%. All right. So again, if you're big fans of 5-on-5 Party or of Jejemons, do them a favor, go drop by their streams, share their streams. If not, share this stream right here and show the world your support for your squad of choice. And yeah, again, they're fighting here for the chance to represent the Philippines in a regional scale.
Right. And you know what? I'm pretty sure our viewers right now are currently changing tabs or changing videos to watch right now, because apart from them seeing the overview on their live stream right now, they would love to check out the perspective from their favorites as well. So from time to time, changing windows or tabs, taking a look at maybe Tira Gaming, a Cosi Doggy, or maybe even Finesse, like Satira, checking out who made that pause, in the game. So being the reason why we're not yet even loading as of now. But
Yeah.
but Leo, maybe something that maybe we can talk about while we wait is what if it's Solid Boys and Team Jejemon? Will it be a 3-2 possibility later? What do you think?
That is
Just a what if.
that is a good way. That is a good way of predicting today's brackets. That's a hard question now that you mention it. 3-2. I don't know. Given the way that I've seen sometimes the Jejemons play, if they are behind early, especially if the Solid Boys get aggressive with them, a 3-1 is possible, even maybe a 3-0. That's how bold I'm gonna be. That's how strongly I believe in the Solid Boys. But the Jejemon here, Team Jejemon, led by Tira, they have to get through Team 5-on-5 first. And I think Team 5-on-5 here, they came to play. And they can't play if they don't beat Jejemon. That's as obvious as it gets. But nonetheless, this is their first hurdle, and this is our first hurdle, getting through this pause. Like this is one of the heaviest, the biggest opponents of Mobile Legends esports, right? Figuring things out from the back end, and I do hope things move along. And I'm sure our fans are thinking the same thing. So please bear with us. We apologize for the inconvenience, but nonetheless, we're just as excited as you, maybe even more so.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and again, I think apart from us thinking on who might be going on to the next round, you already mentioned a while ago as well that maybe that's something our audiences is currently thinking as well. Who is it gonna be? But maybe even though they got their bet, they're also like, shaking. Is this going to be my bet's win or not? So we're not sure. None of us is sure. It's totally gonna be dependent on how each teams will play. So all we have to do is to basically just watch out how they're going to be performing, and of course how they're going to take into account their seriousness and decisiveness to win this Creator Games Battle of Heroes competition.
Oh yeah, like no question. I think all of our teams here are taking it seriously. This is a tournament of quite a grand scale, and again, the opportunity to represent the Philippines is priceless. I don't think anyone would want to let that go. And I know for sure now that the Solid Boys mean business, because they were so behind in game number 2 of their last series, and they really look for their window, right? They really look for their window. And given that, I think, especially with your question earlier, if it does come down to Jejemon versus Solid Boys, I think Solid Boys showed us today that they deserve our vote of confidence, despite Jejemons being the crowd favorite, right? The Jejemons here, undoubtedly the largest crowd favorites, people's champion, if I may say so, as early as now. But nonetheless, Solid Boys, they showed us some skills. So Jejemon, they have quite the day ahead of them, and their first obstacle gotta be 5-on-5.
Yeah, I don't know though. I just realized that there wasn't a moment that we saw so far Akosi Doggy's team and Chooks TV's team getting matched up into into a series. That's gonna be interesting as well. These two creators got a lot of fans on their fan base. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, I think that is true for all of our creators, right? Whether you're from Team Solid Boys, Team UBOS, 5-on-5 Party, Jejemons, I think you're able to really just perform at this level if a lot of people believe in you and they work hard to get people on their side. And as it is between these four teams, if it was not for the fact that you can only take 3 teams to represent the Philippines, I want to see all of them play. I want to see all of them go over and play with people from Indonesia, from Singapore, from Malaysia.
Yes, for sure. And it's not only that competing against other countries, but of course, other countries' representatives are also Facebook creators. So that's something. We're not only connecting the people within the Philippines, of course, gamers, but also the people and gamers from other countries. And we have in here another moment to be proud of our nation.
And again, just as it is in the professional realm of Mobile Legends, I think our creators are unique and are strong in their own way, especially Chooks. So because of how he plays his characters, right? How he plays his heroes, right? He builds marksmen as tanks, mages as tanks. I don't know, supports as junglers. I don't know if he's done that, but the thing is, there's still a chance for us to see Chooks, and he's gonna need all the support you can bring because they are waiting in the lower bracket here, Team UBOS. But nonetheless, if you're asking me the hard question of who to send as the 3 representatives, I would definitely want to see Jejemon and Solid Boys. Like yeah. But again, I'm gonna say it, at least for sure, we gotta see Solid Boys and Jejemon up there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will be able to secure at least the top 2 spot. And of course,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of things can still happen. Just like a while ago, we were actually rooting for Solid Boys, and we got scared that maybe they will still be even lose that game a while ago against Team UBOS. But they proved us wrong. They said we still got this. But we saw the potential of Team UBOS even in making that game into a win. So at least we cannot just basically do not consider them as as maybe the weakest link in this top 4. But they showed us how they can even having at the same time 2 female players in their lineup as well, Aning Ning and Blue.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I'd like to think that being a woman in the Facebook gaming creator games it's not an advantage or a disadvantage. Like it's just that. Like no, it's neither. I think it's neither. Like being a woman doesn't make a difference. You're as strong as you are regardless, right? So whenever I see heroes on the map, whether it be a Ning Ning or a Kosi Doggy, like I'll treat them both the same. And I think that's the beauty. Yeah, that's the beauty of being a creator, and that's the beauty of the Battle of Heroes here. It's not the Battle of Heroes and Heroines. We're all just heroes, right?
It's just one.
Again, yeah, we're all just one, and especially in the regional stage of the Creator Games 2020, that's where we'll see even heroes from other countries face off our favorites. So that's where really pride comes in, and that's why we really want to get the best of the best, the top 3. creator teams here in the creator games.
And more about that is, I think the benefit of all of our Facebook creators in here is that they now not just being known here in the Philippines or getting an acknowledgement in here for the audiences in the Philippines, but at the same time, once we move on to the regional finals, where they will be noticed by the fan bases of each of these creators, and we're gathering all these people all together, and that's one good benefit, I think, that that Facebook Gaming put up in here on this event, the Creator Games Battle of Heroes. So I think, and this is just the first season. It's gonna happen again.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we had this last year, and it was about the same thing. It was just our favorite creators going up against each other. And if our opening video was of any evidence, like, this actually was a physical event. And sucks now that the pandemic kind of put a damper on that. But nonetheless, it's online and it's more convenient for all of us. So this is just our way, Facebook's way of making that happen still and making it work for everyone. Again, this is all for your entertainment, guys. And of course, for each country's pride and joy. Like, how happy would we be if our creators won, right? And that's going to happen next week. So we're barely done. We're barely going through today.
Yeah.
And we're already looking forward to next week. That's how awesome. That's how awesome the creator games are, really.
Yeah, this is the third to the last, I think. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the third to the last day for our Creator Games Battle of Heroes. The semifinals is gonna happen. I think the group stage is gonna happen for the regionals next week as well. Same place, same time. And for the finals, I think that's gonna be next week. I have to check out my scheduling, but basically, make sure you type !notify as well on the live stream. So basically, you don't miss out anything.
Yep. And I think it's going to be an interesting best of 3, because after this game 1,
it's a
going
battle
to set
for
the
third.
pace.
After this series, yeah.
After the series is going to be a battle for third, and from there you're going to see an elimination. So this one right here, it's still pretty high stakes, because the winner is going to move on to the grand finals and lock themselves in. So if anything, both teams want to win the series really bad, because that's already a confirmed go at next week's games, right?
Yes, and I think we got in here. The prize pool will benefit not just the top 3, but the players on maybe, I think, in the 4th place as well. They got something from the prize pool at the same time. So who are you to not take this seriously? Of course, for our creator games, or rather for our Facebook creators.
Yep, definitely. Real quick, Keisaya, while we're waiting for this game to go ahead and commence, I want to ask you have any experiences or stories that you can share that happened between you and our favorite creators here, especially from 515 Party and Jejemons?
For 515 Party, Finesse Lexatier, now I got to cast with him. Not even MPL Season 1 didn't even happen yet, and I think it was just a big physical event where Solid Gaming or Solid Boyz participated. But I think before I share more stories about that or some more things about that, we are loading in Battlefield. This is our game 1 of the second series, best of 3 between Team Jejemon and Team 515 Party. But that took a long, there's already an action-packed skirmish happening somewhere in the mid lane.
Keisaya, it seems like fate has saved Lex from more stories. All right, so it's like Lex View. It's like, let's start this before Keisaya says anything else. All right. Nonetheless, 515 Party gonna go ahead and leverage the early game here, taking down Renegade because of how aggressive he was trying to steal 515's orange. And just like that, Jejemon going to take their own, while, hold up, 5-on-5, just short of stealing the purple. Literally maybe 2 seconds away.
Oh, wow. And, well, they secured their buff, fortunately enough, yes. But for the meantime, let's talk about what is happening in the middle side part of the map.
Ooh.
Rocks forced to flick her away, but Tira is in here, will take advantage of it, even trying to kill him out. But that was a quite tanky Kufra in the middle lane. He will not be taken down.
Oh wow, did you see the mechanics there? The outplay by Rocks. But as I say that, look at this, Renegade fighting for his life against Stephanie. Stephanie got the numbers game on her side. It's a 2v1. Popol and Koopa take down the Masha. Now, this is going to be a reset by both teams, staying relatively to their own safe side of the map once more. And Kaysaya, let's not forget to acknowledge, it is actually the Chang'e on Lex.
And Rocks, he is actually a carry type of player in the other games that he played for. But now he's actually playing as tank, and he's not just playing tank as it is, but he is showcasing a good decision making in terms of playing his role. And let's see how, however, we have yet to see how that can last, because it seems like a team fight is about to be set here in the top side. They're trying to chase L, and yes, L in here will be crowd controlled. He won't be able to back away, and there you go, 1 kill going to Team Jejemon right now. Seems like they want to punish as well. This Stephanie on the top side. Rocks trying to give a save. I wonder if they will be going for the fight. No, they will not. They will just be dashing away.
Yep, and what's interesting here, Kaysaya, is it's actually Jejemon who's ahead in the farm, but by very little. So we're still quite down the middle when it comes down to the farm. But just like that, they jumped up about 1,000, and this is looking like a free turtle. Jejemon securing this. That's going to go over to Tira.
It is definitely a free turtle. First blood actually went onto the side of Team 5-on-5 party. Although Team Jejemon got that first turtle, I think we cannot say as of yet that they got the lead and the higher potential to win this match, because you know a lot of things can still happen. But on the top side, we can see getting punished was Renegade onto that Masha. 2 members having a great amount of damage. Popol and Koopa and Hellcurt will be taking that 1 member out. But for the meantime, Team Jejemon wants to make a comeback by taking down some members on the middle side. Rocks trying, having a hard time. Oh, look at that, it happened again. He will be able to dash away. This is again Tira trying to chase him out, and finally it went on to a success.
And just like that, I think Team Jejemon have secured their groove. They have figured out what they need to do. And Tira here smells blood. Did you know, Kaysaya, that Chang'e's lines say something about Roger coming?
Oh, he really? I don't really make use
Yep,
of her
if
that
you
much.
listen,
Would you like
if you listen to Chang'e's
Would you
voice
like
lines,
to
she.
tell me what it is?
No, I'm sorry. My voice is not high enough or small enough to sound like Chang'e. But nonetheless, that was a close one. That was almost art imitating life. Tira, though, smart and very disciplined enough to know that he should not chase. Now, look at this. Nakil with the pull on the 2 Rocks. There you go. The Divine Judgment and the Fatal Links taking down Rocks. That's going to be a free kill for Jejemon as Godzilla Legends rains down the fire.
The fire, though, is still incoming here onto the backside. There goes L going for a kill. Kimi will do a follow-up, even by taking down another member on the side of Team Jejemon. Tira is all alone in here, waiting in the bush. Gonna try to go get Godzilla Legends. Will be able to make it. Yes, he will. There's a chase. Nope, they won't be chasing Tira anymore. But instead, that will allow Team Jejemon to secure 1 more objective for themselves. And at the same time, even taking down the tier 1 turret on the top side.
Yep, and again, Turtle here taken out by Tira. Lex stealing the purple, though. How brave is he here? Renegade, though, not in any shape to fight. Hold up. Oh no, did they get Lex? Oh, that was such a sure kill. Did they pop the DJ? Yes, Akil had to use the Divine Judgment there for sure. And wow, Lex, I wrote this as one of their weaknesses when I was doing a study on their play. But real quick, we'll talk about that later. Nice jump in by Rox, going in with the rage as well. But it looks like Tira is able to go for the juggle, and Rox might be paying the price here. He bouncing balls away. Akosi Doggy going for the perfect match. Helkert with the Dark Knight falls. That's a double for L. OMG is real. That's going to be Nakil and Renegade biting the dust. And Team 515 going for the rally. It's back and forth. But they haven't yet gone for a great conversion here. Kaysaya, they are down one turret.
For the kind of Hellcurt play that we're looking for, what we're looking for is what L is doing in here. Just basically waiting for the right time, trying to go for a backline target on the side of Team Jejemon. That's not what we've seen a while ago, and the kind of plays that Mr. V Gaming did when he was in Solid Boyz Series 1 a while ago. But let's talk about what is about to happen to Godly Legend. Getting caught down by 4 members of Team Jejemon. Definitely you'll fall down. There's no way to escape. This is Team Jejemon creating a space onto the top side so that this L Gaming won't be able to make a push on the top. So that was a good strategy by Team Jejemon, going for a different play, and it's an advanced play going towards the top side, not even minding L pushing onto the top, because they know that they can counter what he's doing just by basically cutting the minion wings.
Yeah, but again, it might have been too much, might have been too expensive. But look at this! That's Nakil going down underneath the turret. Might have been too much damage, but Tira jumps in, raining down a few damage. But Lex is going to be the one who is giving them a shower. And L is going to get that kill. That's 2 for free. Going over to the side of 515 party. And they continue with the rally, Kaysaya. Back and forth. About 2,000 gold ahead is Jejemon. But nonetheless, it's still sitting at 10-10 with only 1 turret ahead for Jejemon.
Yeah, it is a 10-10. However, OMG L Gaming in here. Okay, Renegade won't be that greedy to take him down. And I think it's a wise decision because Popolin Koopa was just nearby to even go for a 2v1 fight. So, yeah, you mentioned a while ago how close this match is. The turrets, the kills, as well as even the gold is just sitting at 1k gold in favor of Team Jejemon right now. But maybe in terms of the minion waves and map control, we can say that Team Jejemon that got the position right now. I think they just have to be very careful now on where L Gaming might be going through, because he's a good Hellcurt player. It's showing in here on how he's positioning himself in the map, getting the right target.
And now that you mentioned it, you're right. L is playing much like a core, and they have 3 cores here. Now that now we're talking about it, it's the Hellcurt, the Akimi, and the Chang'e. And as we saw earlier, Lex went for the purple steal, successfully got it, but nonetheless paid for it with his life. And I was gonna say, I noted that earlier, that sometimes Lex puts himself in weird situations for the sake of a big play, and I think he should start avoiding that. It's just too risky, too dangerous. And it might just lead to Jejemon just snowballing out of control. And now look at this fight waiting to happen up top.
Oh, Akosi Doggy trying to fight a target. No, that won't happen. But you know what? One thing in here, and on the composition of Team Jejemon, one thing that they have in terms of advantage, the setup that they can pull off. You know, but hold the thought, because it seems like a team fight is about to happen again once more. Akosi Doggy in here getting caught up by some slows, but this is a really tanky target. Of course, he will be able to survive. All right, going back to what I was wanting to say a while ago, the setup that Jejemon can pull off, they have that Kaja and the Atlas combo. You know, the Divine Judgment is in here, and then followed up by the Fatal Links. Basically, you will just find yourself ending up on the backside of Team Jejemon, eating up a lot of damage.
Yep. It's way too much damage. So I think that's what Team 515 party is doing here. They are essentially a glass cannon, and it's only Rox who's really able to keep people at bay, and maybe even possibly Stephanie, who's doing well. Like, she is not at all in trouble. 1-0-5. So this Popolin Koopa is putting in the work, but nonetheless, look at this Team Jejemon, so bold, going for the Lord, not even going for any pickoffs just yet, and it looks like it's Chang'e who is keeping everyone busy. Look at that. MLA? Question mark.
MLA? I don't know if that's how it should sound like or if AH has a meaning in it. But meantime, we see that really uncontested Lord take by Team Jejemon. Really good zone creation by, or space creation by, of course, I think that was the Uranus and what was that? I think Knucklehead, yeah. And at the same time, the balance of minion waves by Renegade coming from the bot side down to the top side.
Yep, and now you mentioned bottom lane. Gonna have that Lord march up. A lot of pressure here on the side of Team 515. Chang'u just psyching out Rocks. Gonna bouncing ball out of here. And again, I gotta say, Lex, despite being a little salty or sour earlier on, he's actually built quite the arsenal. His kit hurts, especially when he does the meteor shower.
Yeah, but we are not seeing. I mean, I'm not. Yes, there's some damage, but personally not yet satisfied in terms of what Team 515 party can pull off in terms of team fight. But Rocks came in with a dash in, bouncing ball is there as well, but they will just back away. I mean, they have to wait for maybe one member to go down first on the side of Team Jejemon. Maybe Renegade, because Renegade is quite the squishiest so far in their lineup. And I think L Gaming can try to do that. It's easier said than done though, because both of them got the mobility.
Yep, definitely. Oh, and now 12 minutes in, still sitting at 10 and 10. Team Jejemon choking out Team 515 party of their resources. 515 can't even go out of their base now at this point.
They
Better
cannot.
yet, even get orange or purple, right?
Yeah, they can't. In the minds of Team 515 party during their drafting, it was, in their mind, it's just gonna be a protect the king strategy wherein Godzi Legends on that Kimi will be protected by Stephanie and Rocks on that Kufra. But apparently, Jejemon broke that strategy out by separating them, and the funnel didn't happen. The funnel didn't happen, and there's nothing for Godzi Legends this time. They have to wait really late game time, but we're now down into the mid game. And even we can even call this late game already because only 3 turrets left for 515 party.
Oh yeah, I would agree with you because even Tira is almost one item away from fully completing his kit.
Yeah.
I believe that is going to be the Blade of Despair after that Windtalker, and from there I'm guessing maybe Immortality or something of the sort. Even maybe maybe Queen's Wings or something for survivability. But nonetheless, they have yet to go for the penetrate. Yeah, again, they haven't destroyed the inhibitor just yet, and I think that's going to be so key. Like if you're able to take down a turret into the base, that means you can just breathe. That means you can leave it be.
You can see how Team Jejemon not clumping in one place altogether, but Doggy and who's that? Yeah, it's just Doggy being so down, but hold that thought because MLA in here getting caught him in the middle with his shield. You'll be able to dash away, but the members of Team Jejemon right now, Tira is down, there's no more Roger, and oh my G, it's L Gaming going for a kill, but gonna be shot down by Renegade on that mashup. There's now just 2 tanks left on the side of Team Jejemon, Uranus as well as Atlas. Oh, I remember. I shouldn't call Uranus attack because I saw one time one of your post.
No, that is
Facebook.
accurate.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm so sorry.
He's not a
but-
tank.
I shouldn't say
Nonetheless,
that in front
he's-
of you, so yeah.
He's not a tank, but he's tanky, right? Mobile Legends will label him as a tank, but the only reason why he's working these days in the meta is because he's a great fighter. He has awesome sustainability,
He is.
reliable damage, and look at this, he's able to make trades
Look at the buy time.
on behalf of Team Jejemon, yeah, but he may have bitten off a little more than he could chew. Immortality gonna pop here, courtesy of Rocks and the gang. Now he's finally gonna go down. And with that being said,
Yeah.
second Lord of the game here, up for grabs. MLA missing, that's Chang'u, and then on the other hand, it's Lex. So both very important parts of their team comp missing.
There you go, kasi Doggy just created a really good space for Team Jejemon to take that Lord. And once more, it did go to to Jejemon, they got another chance of making
Yeah,
a push.
yeah.
So, but hold on
Yeah,
down to the top
Tira
side.
able
Look
to
at that.
breathe.
Yeah, L Gaming, though, trying to teleport out, but no, confusing Renegade right now. There's... Oh! Look at that, this is the battle of burst damage! But then again, of course, Masha needs to back away because Popol and Koopa is right over that side. Stephanie, that Popol and Koopa that we got there, but... Yeah, never mind. A lot of confusing stuff happening right now. Sometimes it feels like they're also confused on where to go next.
Yeah, and now I'm questioning whether it's cockiness or carelessness, right? Because Team Jejemon, they were off to a great start, and even now still, despite being down 4 kills, they're still up ahead in farm. So that means Tira has all the items he needs. Now I'm wondering why he keeps getting caught out like this.
Man, even the next Lord got wasted. It just died, and they weren't able to take any other objectives, any third objectives. If they continuously do that, look at that, getting killed once more, maybe Team 5-on-5 party can even win this game. If they don't take, if they take their Lord and then put it into waste again.
Again, it comes down to conversion. Like, the reason why Team 5-on-5 party is up on kills but not on the map is because Jejemon is a little careless, and after they respawn, they're able to come back and defend. But right now, it looks like they've had enough. Snowball is just out of the question now because both teams are at parity.
Just one member left.
5-on-5. They're threatening the finish here. In goes Rocks with the Tyrant's Revenge. Now, I think they have enough firepower, Kisaya. It might be it. Game 1 goes to 5-on-5 party.
It is a party for Team 5-on-5 party because they just won against another solid team, which is Team Jejemon. Whoa, what was that? What was that? You mentioned it already a while ago, Leo. If Team Jejemon becomes really careless, there's a chance for 5-on-5 parties.
Yeah,
and we have also. Go ahead.
No, I think what happened was, I think a huge factor here is how sloppy a lot of the engages were for Team Jejemon.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Lords wasted as well. They should have just... Oh, man. We already said it, and we will just basically keep on saying it again. How the misdecisions happened. But I think going to 5-on-5 party this time, I think if I give the MVP, I'm gonna give it to OMG. It's L Gaming because he just played his hell card really, really well, and he played like a real assassin.
Yep, that is how you essentially catch people off guard. That's how you use Dark Knight Falls to its full potential. And I think we also have to thank here Godzi on that Kimmy, and of course Lex. And correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie did not die, not a single time.
Wow. You know what? I always tell myself how female players can be really, really careful in terms of positioning themselves in the map. Like, they don't really want to die and they know how to be careful, while men tend to play really aggressive, putting them in a bad spot sometimes. And maybe that's something that we saw a while ago in Team Jejemon, really getting cocky at the late game part of the stage, that where they paid for their cockiness by losing game 1.
I don't know if it's a guy thing or it's a Team Jejemon thing. You know what I mean? Because we've seen disciplined players, right? Like male players, but nonetheless, the way that Jejemons played here, especially in the early game, it was admirable, But at some point, at the 13-14 minute mark, that's where you see like, wait up, 5-on-5 can do this. And all the more it became true after they wasted the second Lord.
That was the second Lord wasted, yeah. And I think we also have to take notice how Rox played his Kufra well. There were 2 times or maybe more wherein he cheated death. He cheated on death. So, and at the same time, apart from cheating death, he was able to put up really good initiates. on Team Fight. So commendable plays by the Kufra Rocks TV as well.
Yeah, so everyone from Team 515 party essentially carried their weight plus more, hence the comeback. And yeah, I'll be honest with you guys, that wasn't anywhere in my notes. Like the potential for Team 515 party to come back, that's, I guess, maybe the fifth or sixth thing I would say about them. But what I do know from their previous matchups was whenever they're winning, they're dominant. Like they're able to close off. Because I think you'd remember, they were able to finish a game at 15-0.
515 party, was that it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yep,
I forgot. There are a
they-
lot of matches. You reviewed the matches, so you will be the
I
one
did.
to save me on in terms of recalling what has happened. But if they did, and I do believe what you actually said, so them being disciplined with the guidance of course, Finesse Lex at Tierna, there's no wonder if 515 can even maybe end this series on a 2-1 or maybe 2-0 score because of what they have showed us in here in game 1.
Yeah. Yeah,
If
and
of course
to
Jejemons
be honest-
continuously go for the greedy plays.
Yeah. So I guess the trick here for 515 is to, number one, come in battle. Let's get the next level. No. The key here is for 515 to essentially stay the course. They have to keep on this conservative route and force Jejemon to make more mistakes and essentially
Yeah.
tilt their way towards the 2-0. Like, I guess that is the safest way, oddly enough, for 515 to make it into the finals, right here.
Yeah, and if that happens, if Jejemon falls down against 515 party, then Akosi Doggy's team will be able to have a matchup on the best of battle for a third match against Chook TV's team.
Yeah, and that would be interesting because Pain and Doggy, they go way back. So that'll be an interesting rivalry down there in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Team 515 party here, they are going to be on the play. Batting out the Esmeralda, Jejemon, who should they take out here? I'm guessing Popol and Koopa. Oh,
Your team is
all right.
banning.
Maybe that can that can stay for later.
Yeah, they said let's ban this Yujong first.
team is
And
banned.
look at that. They don't want to give out the health card to Team Jejemon. So 515 party, although they got the first pick advantage right now, it's not health card that they're going to be prioritizing. Maybe they're gonna be opting for Uranus. We saw how Uranus tanky is a while ago, although yeah, he is not a tank, but he is tanky, okay? Because they battled the Esmeralda, so that's why I'm thinking maybe it's Uranus that they want to prioritize in here.
Your team
Or
is
for
Oh. Yeah, so the
Let's
Uranus
see.
is open.
Oh, Selena is
The
open!
Thamos is open.
Selena is open!
Selena's open!
Your
Oh
team
no!
is
This
picking.
is it! This is a championship, Selena! Team Jejemon let it through, but again, there's still so many other heroes that Jejemon can pick up. I was saying Thamos, Uranus, Popol and Koopa, even maybe the Ling. So these are all open for Jejemon, and
Yeah.
the world is their oyster.
Wow, maybe even Team Jejemon can secure that Ling and Uranus together with the Uranus. We'll have to see, but for
Oh.
them, they want to secure the solid side laners. Hard to kill with great
Your team
damage.
is
And what's
picking.
working for Team 515 party is that Kufra and Kimi combo. So why change if it worked a while ago? It's for them.
Yep.
That's for them.
Yep, there's a lot that Akimi and Kufra can do, especially when it comes to both being defensive and offensive. So what's key here is to pick up the Durans. The Durans and the Deadly Blade or any of its evolutions is
Yeah.
going to be key here. Because you need to stop
Your
the
team is
Uranus and the
banned.
Tamus. But now, the comeback of one of the menaces from Mobile Legends' recent past. Harith, how do you feel about this pickup as a core?
I'm not too sure. Got nerfed a lot, and I'm not really seeing a lot of flashy plays
Your
for
team
a
is
Harris pick. But if given an early advantage already, maybe she can just still pull off. But not that much flashy as before.
Yeah. And whenever you pick the Harith, it has to be a very specific type of lineup, and so far I'm seeing cookie cutter. I'm seeing very basic fundamentals, and Team 515 Party banning out the Atlas just shows us that they're forcing Jejemon to pick less than favorable tanks. Hylos is still out though, so Hylos would be good.
Hylos is definitely there, but I don't think 515 Party will be going for a 2-tank. But for Team Jejemon, yeah, maybe they can still, since they don't got a frontliner yet. But they will just go
There
for
you go.
a Grok. Still tanky enough. Just have to be mindful on where to place your, of course, your wall, the barrier.
Yeah. No, what this lineup is looking like, Isaiah, is like a team from like 9 months ago, right? Save for the Uranus, because Uranus was fun, was strong only in 2020. But yeah, from about last year, this is what a lineup would look like from Team Jejemon. While Team 515 Party, they go all the way. They show us the side lane Gushen, what I'd like to call the execution, because it has the execute. It's gonna be an interesting pick.
And it's in the hands of L Gaming again, and we saw how he can. What was that phase? I saw how L.
It's
how
the
good
Luo
L
Yi!
Gaming
No, alright.
in terms of no.
I was my jaw dropped because of the Luo Yi. I thought they were gonna go for it because it would have been great with the Harith, but nonetheless they played safe. They keep the Kaja, and yeah, that's going to be both lineups. Kaisaya, let me ask you now. They are going to be forcing the Kaja into the Popol and Koopa once more, and let's not forget, you got Championship Selena on Lex. How do you feel about these two teams right now?
It's so hard based on the draft. I mean, I like some heroes in the draft of 515, and I also like some heroes in the draft of Team Jejemon. So based on the draft, it's totally hard for me. But if I just have to pick one, I don't know, man. It's so hard. Can I just return the question to you?
Yes, you can say down the middle, because I think both lineups are strong. I don't know if I trust the Gushen just yet. I feel the way I do about the Gushen the way that you did with Luo Yi earlier, right? Like you didn't trust it. You're like, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
I smell a sweep.
It's in the
That's how
hands of
much I
L
trust.
Gaming.
Yeah, that's how much I trust the Selena on Lex Eterna. That's how strong he is. It like throwing out abyssal arrows to him feels like breathing to you and me. So with that being said, we're gonna go to game number 2 here. Team 515 versus Jejemon. They are on the verge of a sweep.
And actually, Lex Eterna is a tank support player since he was playing as a pro. But for the meantime, oh look at that first blood. We didn't see that happen. But yeah, off-cam kill. L Gaming will die onto the hands of, I think on the top side, the Uranus, and once more another member died as well. But yeah, a lot of casualties early game time, and it's not really that action-packed skirmishes that we've seen or missed out from the camera, but I don't know what these players are doing.
Again, we can only guess, and so far this is reminiscent of game number 1. You see that Jejemon is ahead early, and you can expect Team 515 Party to play a little safer. But yeah, very, very different from game number 1. Stephanie just takes the first death there, and I think she needs to play it safer, like just protect the Popol and Koopa.
Definitely have to be safer. And a while ago, I think Gushen was on the top side, went onto the bottom side instead, and now rotating back to jungling, going items for himself. I think the hard part in here is that the question, who are we gonna give the most gold? Is it going to be Lex on the Selena because he got the retribution, or is it going to be OMGL or L Gaming with the execute?
Well, it looks like L is not leaving the lane. And down bottom, that's Godzi going for a kill. That's Chang'u going for Stephanie, and the perfect placement of the Zaman Force to stop the Popol and Koopa in its tracks. Now Rox trapping
set up from
Renegade.
Rox.
Arrow thrown out by Lex, gonna miss its mark, and they disengage.
This is I think this is gonna boil down onto a close fight once more, just like on game 1. This could even, I don't know, could be even again once a prolonged game, like more than 20 minutes if they continuously doing
no.
that, exchanges of objectives and kills. And yeah, quite passive in comparison to game 1.
resurrecting
So we just have yet to see how they're gonna go about it.
Yep, and I don't know. Maybe the turnaround, maybe the comeback is a strategy that's valid, especially for Team 515. But it's not a sound strategy if you're going in with that mindset initially, right? Like you have to go for the comeback if you're losing. Don't go in planning to lose.
Yeah, like planning to lose early game time and then make a comeback. But yeah, although Team 515 party took down that first turtle of the game, one will be punished. Again, it's L Gaming. This is not the L Gaming that we've seen a while ago in game 1. He now has 2 deaths whenever he goes on top. It seems like that's not a good matchup. Gushin going to have a matchup against Uranus, I think it's a bad idea. So maybe they should just like exchange lanes in here. Maybe the Kimi and the Popol and Koopa going top side and L on the bot side. But maybe in general that Gushin is having a hard time going up against either fighters on the top and bot side. For the meantime, they got 2 kills so far onto that skirmish on the top, and they're gonna be locking down one member, Thams. Renegade is all alone in here. He might get caught out, but unfortunately though, there's not enough flow of minion waves walking towards the bot side. But look at the poke done by Rox. That just made Thams, Renegade go back away.
Yep, what a double there for Team 515, evening the odds, or even better, going up ahead in gold, about 1,000 now. And I really hate to be L right now because his lane sucks. Like, you're up against Tira on the Uranus, and he's pushing, he's cutting your lane, right? So, but again, as L here, the directive, the instruction is to just hold on, alright? Kapit lang, diba? Laban lang, that's all he has to do.
And he couldn't even last either on Uranus and Thams. So he just goes, okay, let's just go to the mid lane. But in here, Tira actually buying time, not allowing Lex and L Gaming to roam around in other parts of the map. And I think that was a strategy. And look what happened. Because Tira advances even between that inhibitor and tier 2 on the top side. The turtle on the top side died, or rather it went down. But meantime, turtle has been slain once more by Team 515 party. There's a flicker out by Renegade, and that was a good juke out to save his life. In the mid lane though, Tira doing a good job in terms of managing the minion waves.
Oh no, big fight happening. Lex caught out underneath the tip of the Zaman Force, but a revenge kill coming in. Make it a double from Godzi, and L is in trouble here. Oh wow, they take out Tira, and up next is going to be Renegade, the only survivor left from Team Jejemon, popping the Inferno, able to take one out along the way, but it's a wipeout. Godzi is a maniac.
Gatsy is a maniac. The 1v1 Lord, the 1v1 champion, Godsy Legends will be on a 7-0-2 score. This player needs to be shut down if Team Jejemon wants to make a comeback. But with their lineup having a Harith as their core, they are having a hard time.
And this is Team Jejemon keeping the pressure, but they know that they're behind. Like, definitely just look at the gold levels here. 18-16. It was at 18-15 earlier, and just a matter of time before this third up top gets popped. Hold up, Stephanie. A little too forward. Knuckle from behind. Nice placement of the Guardian's barrier. Oh no, Stephanie's gonna go down here. That's going to be Doggy taking it. Rox gets it. Revenge kill back to back by Lex as well. And just like that, there's only so much 5-on-5 could do. Jejemon needs to back out of here. While Kaisaya look down bottom. That's going to be Godzi just working that turret.
Yeah. And he was just basically all alone there, knowing that the members of Team Jejemon are on the top side, going for the turtle. I think this will be uncontested and will be secured once more. 3 turtles on the side of 5-on-5 party. That's the reason why they got a good snowball and good amount of gold for themselves. Meanwhile, they're gonna get Knuckle in this one. Legendary now onto the hands of our Kimi. I think there's no stopping for the Kimi this time. I think 5-on-5 party, if they wipe out Team Jejemon once more, I think they can even put an end onto this game. And I think that's what they're doing right now, because will be put into death once more, and it's another objective and award for the Kimi, getting the triple once more, and even another legendary.
Can you
This
smell a
is it.
sweep? Godzi Legends picked up the glowing wand.
Oh,
They
nice
penetrated mid. Yeah, perfect wall. It's textbook wall.
Yeah.
They're gonna steal the orange here. They penetrated mid, and I could have sworn that was gonna be it, but it's Knuckle on
I
the
thought
defense. Yeah, Knuckle on the
Nice
defense,
wall.
very good.
I mean,
Oh,
that-
nice arrow! Oh, all right. He got pulled in. That's going to be rocked down.
Uh-oh. But I think that's fine for him for as long as they get that tier 2 turret on the top side. But yeah, going back to that almost finish in the middle lane part of the map a while ago, I really want to commend that at least we have to say thanks to that wall from Knucklehead, because if not, maybe the Team 5-on-5 party still got that 1 minion to at least help them, maybe not end the game, but at least take down the life of that base of Team Jejemon. But on the top side, gotta comment as well, Rox TV on that sacrificial lamb work on the top side, allowing his members to take that turret on the top.
Yep. Although possibly could have been avoided because he walked into the Divine Judgment from Doggy. But nonetheless, this is another threat here by 5-on-5 party. Might go for the first lord of the game. Man, Kasai, I gotta say, this game is just hypercharged. It's so fast. Like, I didn't notice we were under 10 minutes. And there's not much our friend Knuckle here can do as he's trapped in between L and Rox. Hold up. Where's the execute? He needs one more. There it is. L finally making the Gushan work.
With the execute, right? There you go. 2 members on the side of Team Jejemon forced to back away right after they clear off the minion wave onto the bot side, and look at that, they shot down the Kimi! And the members of Team Jejemon attempting to make a comeback. All alone is Stephanie right now. So as this arena of Lexa Tierna, but onto the backside, as we can see right now, L Gaming trying to make a comeback for his name, because he did bad on the early stages of this match, and now he said, I'm gonna show you what an assassin is like.
Kasaya, that shutdown on Godzi could have possibly been a fortune. 11 and 4,
Yeah.
you kill that one time, imagine how much gold you're getting from that. And now they're going for a fight. Hold up! El has just went for the turn! Can they knock them out? Oh, he pays the price. Renegade and Doggy almost going down. Rock's gonna follow suit. Immortality pop here. He's not gonna survive. Maybe 5-on-5 is falling trapped to their own bravado. This is their version of what Jejemon did earlier. Look at this. They started to fall down one at a time, and maybe Jejemon can make a comeback.
Yeah, and they have to avoid that greedy plays. Not because you got the lead, you can just go all in and not mind even the turrets or the potential of your opponent to set up and pull you, just like what happened a while ago to Rox TV on the top side. But then again, getting caught up in the bush, Selena in here, going for a fight. Who's gonna get the last hit? Apparently, it is the Harith. Chang-U will put down Lexa Tierna. 1 member down for 5-on-5 party, and knowing that information, Team Jejemon could even like go for a push, but they said, okay, we have to be very careful now. No, not because okay, there's just 4 members of the 5-on-5 party, then let's go all in. They're playing safe in here, and I like how Team Jejemons realized that coming from game 1.
Yep, Team Jejemon here, definitely learning on the fly, definitely picking up on their mistakes. But yeah, with Lex here reviving in about a second, he's back on the map now. They have to pick back up. They have to essentially recover what they lost in the past couple of team fights. I think key number 1 here, learning number 1 is to avoid getting caught by the Harith and by the Kaja. Those are super key. Now Nakil, nice bait. Down goes Doggy. No more Divine Judgment. Didn't even get to pop it. But L gets caught out. Harith gonna knock down the Gushen. There you go, Lexiterna dashing out. Renegade taking down Godzi. Oh no, this might be it, Kesaya.
I think this is Team Jejemons' hope to make a comeback and get a win against 5-on-5 party. I think we gotta commend what Renegade did in there. Basically just peeling off and zoning out Kimmy, the main threat against Team Jejemon, taking down tier 2 turret on the mid side. We can see in here they are attempting to even take the inhibitor turret of the mid, but they have to be very careful because 7 seconds from now, L Gaming is about to come out and join the team fight, because look at the sustain that Rox has right now in terms of buying time.
Yep, they're buying time, but the thing is they have no damage. I think even L would not be enough. So here, the best bet for 5-on-5 party is for Jejemon to make the mistake and overstay their welcome, but that is not going to happen. 5-on-5 party, they're complete, and as soon as Godzi Legends comes back, the key for him here would be temperance. He has to be super disciplined. He has to make sure that there's more than one layer of protection, or else Renegade could repeat what he did. Just dive in, pop the Inferno, and bite onto the Kimmy.
For sure. Meantime, I think we have a skirmish on going into the bot side. It's Uranus and L looking at their health bars right now. It seems like L is on the losing side and forced to just back away. And look at that really fast Lord take. It is now again on the side of Team Jejemon. I hope they don't put this into waste, just like what they did in game 1. We just have to find out.
Tira, good work here. Pushing that minion wave, threatening the bottom lane, forcing 5-on-5 to answer. And yeah, Tira is just owning this lane again, just like in the early game. OMG, it's L. Nothing he can do against the Uranus, not at least by himself.
Nuh-uh. Against any fighter that has sustain, nuh-uh. He had a hard time. We saw that a while ago, early game time. He had a hard time. Wherever he goes, top or bot, there's the high sustain, high damage fighter, beat a Uranus or a Tam. So he can just go against maybe the Kimi. Not even ako si Dogi.
It's gonna be the defense of a lifetime here for Team 5-on-5 party.
Oh, look at that. Rocks, less than half-life right now. The Lord is still all alive. It seems like Team Jejemon wants to put an end to this. They even took down the inhibitor turret on the top side. Oh, Uranus went down. This is one tanky hero, but forced to defend and go into the top side is 5-on-5 party because look at that Renegade Uranus just attempting to even put an end to the game by focus firing onto the base. But look at that Chaco in here having a 2v2 fight against Lexa Tirna and the Rocks TV. Who's gonna be safe? Who's gonna die? And I think it is the Harith as well as Knucklehead going down.
Okay, so again, back and forth. Back and forth. Seems to be the story of this game now, Kaysaya. 4 for none here for Team 5-on-5 after Jejemon ravages their base. They only have one turret left, Kaysaya. One turret left. And this is their only hope here to push into mid and force the finish. But can they do it?
Yeah.
Lex is way too far out. I think Lex is cleaning up the wave. But look at this. They're threatening Tira. Oh no, they gotta pull on to the Gushen. He goes down. Up next is going to be... Oh, Rox, I could have sworn Rox was gonna go down. Hold up the base, they're targeting the base!
Oh, the
Godzi!
I just can see it though because of
couldn't finish. It's at 3/4. It's at 3/4, it's fine.
Yeah, well, and I think they tried their best. It just so happened that the divine judgment and of course the tankiness of the front line on the side of Team Jejemon is just way too much to handle. Given that it's just a Kimi trying to work out on putting and giving a lot of efforts in putting down the HP bars of Knucklehead.
Yeah,
And even
this should
Reggie,
help.
and even
Godzi.
Kira.
Yeah, Godzi just picked up the
Oh,
Ice Queen
man!
wand, but look at that pull onto Lex. He survives. Knucklehead gonna go down. Nice turn here from Team 5-on-5 party. They're waiting for rocks. They're threatening Changu gonna get his immortality popped here. Is it? Yes, it is. L is going to go for the bite. There you go. That's 2 for none. Thunderbelt picked up by Stephanie Kaysaya. It's so close. Oh, they have to just watch out, not make a mistake. Tira trying to go for the assassinate while Renegade waiting in the wings. Look at Renegade. Look at Renegade.
Oh, they really want to get this target first before they go for a fight. But look at the minion waves on the top side while trying to chase down Tira. They have to be attentive on that mini-map. They have to back away. And I think that's what Godzilla Legend's about to do next right after he takes down. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It's fine. They're fine. They got it. They got it. That was close. That was close. They like to live on the edge, Kaysaya. That was close.
Just because they are
Almost.
minions, you don't care about their damage.
Oh no, another Lord has come upon us, Kaysaya. Another Lord. Another chance here for the turnaround.
Oh yeah. Who's gonna get this?
Oh
though?
wow.
Tira is about to come, but the position and the position is on the hands of Team Jejemon right now to take down that next
Lord, yeah. Yep, the waves are there on their side, so they have more space to move around, more room to breathe. But nonetheless, both teams have all members on the map once more. It's a 5v5 party. We're about to take it to the next level. From Earth to space, Mobile Legends top the race. Here we go. All 5 members are about to come in. Kaysaya, I think L here has built upon a nice empire of his own. 10-6. Nice maximum charge here by Gods to set it up. Rocks, going for the stretch, a retreat.
Looks like both of them wants to force a fight in this one. This is endgame now. Maybe almost all of them got the complete item.
Oh!
There goes the
Oh!
flicker in.
Doggy, nice pull!
Getting
Nice pull to Godzi! Godzi survives!
Position right now.
Initiate retreat.
Oh wow, that was so painful. The perfect disaster. The perfect disaster here for Team 5-on-5 party. And I think this is going to be their downfall, their Waterloo. The many moments that Godzilla Legends wishes he was not there. We might see Game 3 Kaysaya. It's more likely we are than we won't. Team Jejemon, it's just a matter of time. They take game number 2.
It is a 1-1 score between 5-on-5 party and Jejemon. That was quite an even match, but in the end, it is Team Jejemon wanting to say that we still got this and maybe they can even make a comeback. Apparently, they're saying that even though Lex Satirna got his Selena, but no, we're gonna learn from our mistake a while ago and make a comeback in this game.
Definitely. What a roller coaster once more. Up and down, up and down. L was able to build upon the difficult and hard early game. And of course, I think Team Jejemon, they just figured out that, hey, we shut down Godzi and we win. That is essentially the key here. And there was not enough protection in the backline there. Or either that or Jejemon just knew to dive. They just knew to dive.
Well, I think first Team Jejemon saw the capability of L Gaming in playing assassin heroes. Early game time they shot down L Gaming, that Gushen, by making sure that both of the side lane heroes, it's something that L Gaming cannot deal with, and it happened. We saw that happen. They get a lot of kills against Team 5-on-5 by shutting down was that again L Gaming on the Gushen. They forgot somehow about Kimi. Kimmy got her power spike early game time to mid game time, but late game time apparently her power spike expired, given that basically Rene J on that thumbs can just go dive and then
Yeah.
catch up the damage from Kimmy.
I really like how Rene J played this. He was always on point, at least from the mid to the late game. He knew where to find people. He knew that if he needed to, he would jump onto the Kimmy, or he knew that
Yeah.
he could hunt down Lex